Welcome back, guys. It's time for our final game of this best of three, Empire versus EG. It's gone the distance. The games have been fairly short, but it is tied up 1-1. The winner moves on to play DK in the grand finals. That will be a best of five with a one-game advantage to DK. Of course, I'm LD. I'm joined here by Merlini. And Ben, let's hop into it. Game three is underway. Here we go.
Check out the draft. It's been super important for the past couple of games. I expect no different from this. Empire, Naga Tree. That's, I think, the standard ban versus EG. And Ember Spirit will actually make it through, and neither team will pick it up.
Very unusual to see EG in particular pass by an Ember Spirit, but they will. They'll stick with what's been working for them, which is this Shadow Demon Luna combination. And as for Empire, same draft. Dazzle, Invoker so far. Identical to the previous game.
Yeah, Empire will not give EG the exact same thing. Will immediately ban out the Dragon Knight in that second phase.
And the Ember. So they're tired of dealing with the Dragon
Knight. What
Knight.
about OD? Now OD's left. But OD without Tree, not as strong.
Yeah, they could potentially dodge the lane and run some sort of dual lane mid, or like we saw that's what DK did against OD yesterday and worked out quite well. Could run the Invoker. Safe lane.
Or just run Kunkka.
Yeah, or Kunkka.
Kunkka owns.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Mushi actually did really well that game. Although there was a lot of miscues from EG, and I felt like
self-astral.
He was losing the lane until that happened, yeah. Although, albeit slightly, but he was losing.
I mean, I think that's considered winning if you're only losing that little bit. But
yeah.
Anyways, RTZ, big player last game, always just, I think every single cooldown that he had with Dragon Form, he was attacking in tower. Well, and his tower damage was probably ridiculous. I don't exactly know what it was.
Does it list it? No, it just lists hero damage in the combat summary. Oh, that's a production feature to work on for the future. But
you can always dote above it.
Yeah, in terms of what else would PPD play, I guess he might be on the Shadow Demon. Maybe we see the Visage come out again. Visage Luna, very strong pushing combo. That could go the way of Zai. They've gone for the puck here. Almost certainly Universe is offlaner, though it is possible they give it to RTZ mid. Now what will Empire do? And how will they lane it? Are we going to see the Invoker go mid like we expect? I guess that depends on the rest of the draft, but a key hero comes out. The Sand King was banned in the second stage last game. EG did not give it away, and this time around Empire get their hands on it.
This is going to be a lot of fight. I think this game's going to be a bloodbath.
It looks like it. Maybe not at level 1, but certainly by like that 10-minute mark.
It depends on what they want to draft for Silence.
What do you think it'll be for Silent this game?
Priestess Moon's pretty good.
Potom's out there. Morana's or Morphling's the other one.
They got really punished for drafting Morphling, though.
I don't think Puck can punish it quite as hard as a DK can in terms of applying pressure to towers, though.
This is true. Well, Puck was the offlaner. They still have the mid hero for RTZ.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what other mid hero there would be. If he can play Pugna, that would be amazing.
If they go for something like OD, then that's where we may see a greedier carry pick like Morphling come out.
Yes,
from
Empire does have last pick. I think they should save Silence pick for last pick unless they come with RTZ's hero right now.
And then they do. There's your TA.
Well, this is they may be able to get away with it.
TA versus Invoker, normally a bit TA favored.
They could just run Darkseer mid on Resolution. Looks like Evil Genius is not scared of that, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, it definitely is. We saw the combo just 2 games ago.
If they don't pick Darkseer now, I think that Evil Geniuses will ban it. Oh, actually, Resolution's going to be playing Invoker, but still, Mag Darkseer is pretty scary.
They can just get the Darkseer and then decide how to lane it later. So I think that is the safe play here. Ion Shell great against TA, the Vacuum's great with Sand King, and it will be the Darkseer. Get ready for some combos.
Isn't this game 1? Heroes?
This is identical, I want to say.
Dazzle was on the other team, but it's still Invoker.
Who was their other support that game? I'm not sure.
Shadow Demon?
Maybe. Yeah, it was someone that...
I think it was Shadow Demon because they were playing versus Bat Rider. So I think it was like SD Invoker, Sand King, Darkseer +1, plus Potom.
Well, what do EG do now? They'll need their offlaner their secondary support, not their offlaner. And what will Zai play? I think Visage is quite a likely choice here. Goes well with the Luna, good for pushing, decent synergy with Shadow Demon.
It's not a combo breaker, though. I guess they don't really have a good combo breaker.
Silencer?
Silencer would be pretty good. Tidehunter, I think, is really good, too. It instantly clears Darkseer illusions. It will interrupt the Sand King, and he will almost always be able to get it off, and it's a good pipe carrier. I think that'd be really good for them, but
the only time
no one's really going to pick it.
The only time we've seen EG run Tidehunter is for Universe.
Yeah.
Haven't been running it as a support at all, and they haven't run it that much either.
So they need a fighter carrier for Silent, and Potom has been banned out. Spectre's been banned out too. Luna's been taken. Morphling is not fight enough early. Gyrocopter's decent. I mean, that's just so much damage, like flat cannon on top of the Darkseer wall, vacuum, and epicenter, and then like call down. Ugh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, the one issue with the Gyrocopter pick is he's not that mobile, and EG can just split push a lot. That's where pretty much only the Sand King can stop the split push with a Blink Dagger.
That's true. Invoker's usually the one. Resolution's usually the one that's farming out the lanes, though.
That's true.
We'll see. It is like a good HOD carry for Silent, which I tend to think he plays a little bit more.
Teams have gotten really good about trying to shut down Home of the Dominator carries in this tournament, I would say. Even as the tournament's gone on, teams have become more and more disciplined. So we'll see if EG are able to do that if it's given away. Crystal Maiden's the pick, so they get a good jungling support.
A good fighter.
Yeah. They've got actually a lot of kill potential. They could go on, which is something EG normally doesn't have from their supports. They normally have very passive supports.
I think it much better suits EG to pick a non-Pugna safe lane carry. They need the threat of the late game so that the other team like fights too, but not like so greedy that they'll lose other towers. But I think EG plays better when they don't feel pressure to gank, and the other team has to come to them.
Now, the last time EG ran a similar draft to this was where they only had one tempo controller in the off lane, was the game that we saw out of Universe in Game 1 versus DK, or maybe it was I think it was Game 1, where he's playing the off lane Clockwork. If they shut down Universe, EG got nothing for team fights. Arteezy can't really do much there. Luna has damage, but no lockdown. Will Empire be able to find some openings to shut down Universe?
It's really hard to kill Puck. They need another stun as their carry, but Potom is the most obvious one. Sand King Potom stun into a, Sand King stun into a Potom arrow. That should be enough to kill a Puck, especially combined with a Dazzle heal. But without that, I don't know. Gyrocopter's not enough. Not enough damage. Okay, well, it is Gyrocopter. I don't know. I think Silent's pull is a little bit limited. It's more his playstyle. He just plays like super heavy farmer HOD/Midas carriers. But yeah. I do like the Gyrocopter pick because it does give him a lot of AoE, and he's good at fighting early.
And even something like Rocket Barrage, fantastic at dealing with Refraction as well. So Arteezy's Refraction is going to have a tough time staying up this game. We'll see how the game develops, but it is our final match of this best of 3. Team Empire versus EG. Loser is settling for third place. The winner, well, then they've got to play DK, who's been well rested with a 1-game advantage.
And who's been watching all these games.
Yeah. That's not going to be fun.
Well, one thing that I'm slightly worried about for Empire is they've been running like the exact same thing every game. It's like some heroes here and there kind of get thrown out. Sometimes they run like a Doom Storm Silencer, but it's generally mostly the same.
Let's get into it. Game 3 underway. Yeah, they have been a bit predictable. EG on the other side they've run, I guess, 2 main strats. It's basically that like more pushing oriented strat where you've got the Dragonite mid and either a Pugna or Luna safe lane.
Or the tree strat.
Or yeah, just the greedy carries, late game oriented. Arteezy on more of a hard carry mid. Yeah, tree strat basically. Well, here we go. EG smoked up, head into the enemy woods, and Empire not smoked up, but headed bottom. Empire, they took game 1. Can they take game 3? Mag going to be playing the Darkseer. Bang, score your Dazzle. Silent on the Gyrocopter, a hero that has not been seeing much play or success lately. Resolution on his signature solo mid Invoker, and always want to fly as the Sand King. And on EG, you've got Zai handling the Shadow Demon. Eternal Envy on the Luna. Arteezy playing the Templar Assassin. PPD will be on the Crystal Maiden, and that leaves Universe as the off-lane Puck.
Well, EG already blocking off the medium camp.
This is some hate for the Sand King and the Darkseer.
That's important, though. They have to shut down Fly. Always want to Fly. I keep calling him Fly.
Well, at least they're not playing Fnatic, so it's not too bad. But let's see, how many centuries do Empire actually have? They have 2. Well, they've already dropped one down. Sorry, they only have one in their inventory, I
Well,
believe.
they can just use these 2 camps. This isn't the worst thing in the world. It is really bad, though, if EG manages to zone out Darkseer, because then Mag can't really do anything.
And in terms of zoning out Darkseer, they are decent, I would say. Disruption, Lucent Beam, Soul Catcher, Frostbite. I don't know if they can stop him from getting level 2, though.
I think they can. It's just like Frostbite, if he ever tries to Surge, then they just disrupt and kill him. So they need to keep him under level, though. I don't think they can give him level 4, but that's not too terribly difficult. I think even if he gets level 2, he's still dead if they engage on him.
Well, for the time being in the mid lane, Resolution going to be playing the Invoker, and generally at these early levels, this is where you really want to shut down the TA.
Oh, PPD is invis.
Oh, Mag's quite far back. He's playing it very safe here. Lane's pushing, though, and he's not seeing the experience from it. Whereas in the offlane for Universe, he is seeing a little bit more. He's able to get closer to the wave.
GG Radiant offlane.
Yeah. And Puck actually seems to do better than some of your more traditional offlaners. It never used to be played in the offlane until recently. But the Puck's just so elusive.
So Mag not able to get any sort of levels. EG is doing a fantastic job of zoning him out. Yeah, he'll keep ion shelling and maybe get a few last hits here and there, but he really needs levels.
He can't even really sneak into the jungle because EG are quite close together, and if one of them finds him, they'll frostbite him, they can follow up with disruption, and he'll pretty much be forced to go back to base at that point. So there's no easy, like, sneaky comeback mechanic for Mag.
Yeah, I'm not terribly liking Empire's early game, this game. And in the meantime, PP doesn't even have to be there. They know that he's there because of this Observer Ward, but still, Mag is getting solo zoned out by Zai.
Yeah, and the pull camp is blocked for the time being, but not the biggest deal. They're still running Crystal Maiden, so you'd want one support zoning out Darkseer anyway, and the CM gets her levels.
I think at this point, Mag can try to get level 2, though.
He'll try with the Ion Shell. Maybe not. Maybe not. Are they going to Warcraft 3 surround him? Oh, they're close. They can't quite do it. But they might be able to run him down here. One more Lucent Beam. This looks to be our first blood. They'll TP in one. They'll right-click Mag. They'll corner him. He's corralled. Can they grave? Too late. First blood to EG.
And now Mag's forced to go to jungle where he doesn't have any creep spawns, too. So EG's early game going supremely well.
Just used his orb to farm top lane. Could get caught by a burst strike here. Does not phase shift it in time. Eats a rocket barrage to the phase. And he will go down. Didn't phase shift it. That is a hard one to dodge, but not able to pull it off. Side now on the run. Always want to fly as a burrow strike. This could be a 2 for 1. No, they got it back. They're going for it.
Wow, Silent actually ran back.
And now Always Want to Fly is going to get caught. It will end up being a fair trade here for EG. He tries to go through the trees, but Universe is here. Will follow him. The poison about to take him down. One more right click. Should go the way of Universe.
Wow, I think they actually could have killed Shadow Demon there. I think that Always Want to Fly still would have died, but it would have been a closer kill. He cast his rocket barrage, and then he started heading back towards the T1 instead of pressing forward, making sure that Shadow Demon tanked most of that rocket barrage damage.
Yeah, I think Silent was just saying it's not worth the risk of me dying, but in the end they just give up a kill for nothing as a result. Now Zai rotates on mid. There's a dire Observer Ward at the top rune, and Resolution's well positioned to deal with this, but hey, Arteezy's winning mid by a long shot, and now another disruption. They go for this round. This time they nail it. Resolution dropping low. He will be graved. Support's arrived in the form of Bang Score. Now Burrow's throwing Arteezy under the tower. What a great counter gank by Empire.
Resolution desperately needed that. He has half the CS of Arteezy's TA.
One key difference between this draft for EG and last games is that this draft is more built around killing for EG and a bit less on fighting. And that's where the Dazzle can have a bigger impact. When you're diving for kills, Dazzle can come in and turn things around. So EG do have to be a bit cautious here not to force the issue too much.
Eternal MD, curious to see what he's going to go for. He does have 1,400 gold in the bank. It may be a very early Midas, and I don't think that's a bad choice, considering they're probably going to have to take it late. Empire's team fight is super scary, and if Eternal MD goes for early BKB, he's not going to be farmed in the late game. So I think getting a Midas, getting a BKB if Empire wants to fight, and then perhaps going for late game items. Actually, Mag gets got out.
Gets disrupted, but he's going to back off. Mag is matched to... Well, actually, no, he's still level 2. He can go woods now. Have they been stacking for him is the question. No stacks.
Well, they just spawned after all the wards were there.
Yeah, I think they've had one round of maybe stack, but that's about it, and haven't done it yet.
They had a save resolution though.
Yeah.
Well, he's fairly close to his minus. He's doing well.
Normally what EG does here is they get a bottom lane again. They're going in with the Lucent Beam. Is there Eclipse? No, Envy not going to go for that. But they force out the TP. That's really what they wanted here. They scores the TP in, and now they can play more aggressive elsewhere on the map. Arteezy knows that he can maybe force something on the Invoker during this time, and the Puck for Universe does zero worries about getting ganked. Not that he had many anyway. But yeah, normally they'd go for the Midas on the Luna and the TA, and just apply tons of pressure through the threat of ultra late game farm.
How is Puck doing? Level 4.5 on the Fairy Dragon.
So much better. And the supports are out-leveling them too. They must be like 1,000 experience ahead, and yeah, that's about right. That's quite a bit. And if they go Midases here, there is one coming for resolution, but EG can really pull
6-minute rune about to come out. Supports chilling at each of the runes. Where's it going to be?
It's a regen. It will spawn top, and, well, Arteezy would like to pick this up, but I don't see him getting to it. He is going Midas. Picks up the Gloves of Haste. Always want to fly coming around. Midas on the Luna, so looks like a double Midas here for EG.
It's a really good choice against Darkseer too. Being able to Ion Shell those creeps like once every 3 waves just helps your farm out a lot and make sure that you don't have to take so much damage that you actually have to spend money on regen.
Yeah. It's just like kind of like a classic. This is the style that got EG so far. It's just executing a better farming lineup and taking smart fights in the mid game, creating space for Arteezy. This is pretty much how they've gotten here. So they're going to stick with the same strategy that got them here. Can Empire be aggressive enough to punish it is the question. Can they find kills? Can they shut down Envy and Arteezy? That is a nightmare for any team, except for DK, I guess. Well, for the time being, Resolution just farming mid, Trap will get deployed. He is losing the CS battle by quite a lot at this point, down 15 CS, and they had to TP in to help bail him out. This is just the TA having a slightly superior matchup, and now a decently superior one, getting close to level 7, but Arteezy just playing really well as well.
Yeah, notoriously bad matchup for TA. Always want to fly, taking out a triple stack. Doing okay on his Blink Dagger. We'll have like 800 gold after that camp.
So for Empire, Key is going to be getting their Blink on the Sand King. I'm trying to... What else do they need this game, I guess, is the main question. Midas for Invoker, then he'll go into a 4-staff or a Necrobook is normally the choice.
Probably a Blink on Darkseer, too. That's generally
Mag
their
is
choice.
So poor, though. He doesn't even have a Soul Ring. Bottle, Boots. 14 CS. Luna is very good at denying creeps, even under the Ion Shell as
This
well.
is when EG does really well, when their supports just put so much pressure on the offlane that he can't really get experience, and Darkseer really needs experience.
Yeah, and he's not even getting the farm because Envy has almost 100 damage and has 22 denies. This is the power of a safe lane Luna. Good at last hit under tower and good at denying under tower as well.
Gyrocopter is doing very well, and Puck is actually level 6, so Universe getting so much more out of the offlane, already looking to rotate.
Yeah, he's got his ultimate online. He can look to set up some kills bottom. This Darkseer is just food if he gets caught. Mag will walk all the way back to base to heal up, spamming Surge along the way to get there, but he has been thoroughly shut down, and there's a single stack here to catch him up. Is there anything else in the jungle? There is nothing. Just a single double stack for the Darkseer.
Well, Resolution can double stack, help him out a lot. Oh, I thought he was going to use a Force Spear to stack this camp, but he will not.
Yeah, sends it to go last hit mid, but yeah, that probably would have been the more economical play. I'm a little worried for Empire. This Darkseer is just going to take so long to come online, and their team is very dependent on the Darkseer Sand King combination.
3-man smoke on bottom. Gyrocopter with his HOD completed, but will not be farming. Instead, will instantly be killing.
Checking Radiant Vision here. They have not yet seen the smoke. There will be a surge in. The Burrow Strike's there. It's a long range one. The Sunstrike follows up, and Empire get on the board with a big kill. Now, looking to chase outside. He jukes through the trees. Do they continue pursuit? They can surge in the Sand King in a second. That'll secure the Burrow. Look at the range on that Burrow Strike. It's only level 3. They get a double kill. Meanwhile mid. Resolution in trouble. Arteezy will strike back. But the Empire gets the 2 kills to 1. And they might take the tower as well. And this is gold that Mag so desperately needs.
Envy just got blown up.
That Burrow Strike was... it's like the absolute maximum range.
Well, this tower is going to go down. Well, and Mag is... He was taking creeps behind tower, but everybody will actually back off.
Well, he's got Soul Rain in bottle now, almost level 5, so getting harder and harder to keep out of the lane. But the puck can easily gank him, and here comes Arteezy, smoked up. Looking to apply pressure. Reminds you a lot of the Ember Spear games we saw earlier in the tournament, where he could actually threaten the enemy carries, not let them sit back and farm.
A DD and a Midas, that's scary.
Oh my god. If he gets some kills here, suddenly he's got his phase boots up, the makings of a drums potentially, or just the blink rush. He's getting big. And
I think he generally
score is very squishy. Yeah.
Well, we'll
it does help you with your bottle charges. Well, it seems like it's going pretty well for EG in spite of the deaths. In terms of farm, they are still leading, and experience also going their way.
Still pretty damn close. I think Mag's the big factor here.
And always want to fly, who still needs his blink.
Puck almost level 8, and Mag's still on level 5. Like, you can't really do that much without vacuum either.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've seen a Darkseer this underleveled.
Well, YYF's Darkseer got pummeled by EG. So they just know how to handle a Darkseer in the offlane.
And it's, again, like you pointed out, it's dire offlane. A lot harder to get levels than Radiant.
Yeah, EG, they probably won the coin flip, I'd say. Opting for Radiant instead of Dire. Actually, I don't know. Who knows? It is third game, though. Usually it comes down to a coin flip.
Well, double damage up on Arteezy. And Blink Dagger coming soon. He may just skip the upgraded boots at this point because he's so close to it. As for Universe, no Blink yet, but he's farming towards it. And just in general, nobody's really been pressured aside from that one smoke gank bottom, but it hasn't really slowed down Eternal Envy too much. He's got his Midas up, now going straight into Helm of the Dominator. If they don't do something aggressive within the next 5 minutes, EG are going to get very stacked.
Yep, and Empire has no eyes on the Ancients either.
Oh, Lucent Beam comes, and now Resolution. He's got a lot of teammates behind him, but actually ran away. It seemed like he was a bit scared there.
You don't want to go down that hill into Eclipse.
He does have Forge Spirits now to tank it, but just summon them. And as soon as EG see a few heroes there, they're going to smoke, head towards top, and they are hunting for Silent. Can they find the Gyrocopter? Lurking in the trees. He has gone for an early Helm of the Dominator. He will begin stacking Ancient soon. Envy getting close to his own. Will the smoke gank find anyone? Universe just starts farming. PPD going to back off. Doesn't look like they'll get anything out of this.
I'm not terribly sure if they can kill him that fast. Actually, Puck is level 8. He has level 3 Waiting Rift. The longer they can delay that call down and nasty Rocket Barrage flat combo, the more they can survive. And
he has gone Helm of the Dominator, not for like an early Ogre Club or some sort of HP.
Yeah, he has a Magic Stick, but almost no charges.
Well, there's your Ogre Club now, so. He's gotten off a double stack, and I don't know if the Helm of the Dominator and single Midas versus double Midas, I guess it somewhat evens out in terms of economy. But we may see EG either just ward off these Ancients or even, oh no, it'll be the Mask of Madness.
It'll come down to,
ultra fast farming
the
build.
EE build. It really does come down to initiation and team fights, though. As even if EG's like 5,000 ahead on their 2 heroes.
He has Mask of Madness. Oh, Mask of Madness was cooling down. If he had that up, I think he just dives that for the kill.
He's scared. This is going to be a super late mech, too. 14 minutes, only a ring of regeneration in that department.
Yeah, they will have the Blink Dagger a bit sooner. If they can take down this tower top, it'll pretty much be secure. And frankly, if you're Empire, you would love to have some sort of just pressure on the game right now. They're normally exerting some influence, but right now it just feels very passive.
Sand King might have his Blink, though. If he takes out this tower, he'll have it, but I don't know if he'll get the last hit.
Well, for now, Empire grouping up towards the top lane. Coming in as Mag as well. He'll be here from the backside, but doesn't even have a single point in vacuum. And the tower falls, last hit by the Gyrocopter. That should mostly be your Blink Dagger for the Sand King. He is very close. Arteezy, though, he just stands under the enemy tower, continues split pushing, and he will force the TP cancel. Does some extra damage, takes some pot shots, then backs off. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Envy and Zai, they're pushing bottom as well.
This is what EG excels at. Playing Midases, not fighting unless it's a good one for them, and not really taking too many losses in the process. They lost at T1, but I mean, Arteezy's eventually going to be able to get that tower.
And wait, already the disruption spam begins. They'll just keep on chipping away at it. It's quite slow for now, but meanwhile Empire are smoked up. They want to start taking team fights. Their Darkseer is not really.
They know Eternal Envy is there. Their smoke popped.
Envy gets caught out. Mask of Madness though. Oh my god, look at him melt! One rocket barrage would have done more than his HP pull with the Mask of Madness.
There are downsides to Mask of Madness, and it's a pretty big one.
Yeah, I mean, for the amount it gives you, if it didn't have that, it would be completely broken. But tower does get denied bottom lane, I believe, and now they'll look to push him mid. They kill off Meg and the Darkseer, dropping a coil for this. Now Arteezy gets caught on the way out. Burrow Strike, no, they'll go for the Shadow Demon instead, trying to focus down Zai. Called undeployed, but EG will just retreat out of this. And they don't even get the Shadow Demon.
That call down. 2 call downs, 2 whiffs. It's a large AoE too. I think they need to follow up after like a Deafening Blast or an Ice Wall or something like that.
Look at this stack. This is already a quad, or no, it's a triple stack, I believe, but it's getting close.
Silent, I think, stacks much more often than a lot of the other carry players that see go HOD.
He's very good about it. He's very consistent compared to some. Still, though, for EG, they're doing fine, I feel. Like, the Puck's getting close to his Blink Dagger. The Darkseer's been held down for so long. Mag is still only level 7 at 16 minutes in. And Sand King has just got his Blink. This is probably the key item. The Blink Epicenter. Potentially you follow it up with a Meteor, a Deafening Blast, and then, of course, a Gyrocopter Ultimate. So they do have this big AoE combo, but will they find the openings to connect on EG? EG are just mostly looking to spread the map, split push, and not take fights. By the way, what do you think Arteezy's saving for? He's just straight BKB rush?
I would say Blink is a little bit better for the way they're playing right now. They're not actually trying to take fights. They're stalling around mid, but not really looking unless like Empire TPs back to the T1 and then immediately Puck goes in and Dream Coils to stop a couple. So I would say Blink BKB is probably pretty good for this type of game. He can also go like Blink Desolator if he just wants to blow people up before he dies.
Sandcade does find a one hero, finds Universe on the backside, then goes on to PPD. They'll connect with 2. They even saw this Blink for Always Want to Fly when he wormed his way in the trees, but they still got caught. And now Empire push forward. 2 big pickoffs there. Losing the Puck, delaying his Blink, and also giving them a lot of pressure on this tower. There will be a trade as Eternal Envy goes for the top tier 1. But I don't know if they can defend this. There's no glyph available. They're going to lose the tier 2 mid. This is a very early tier 2 mid.
Well, Envy cannot fight at all. Not with this build. No upgraded boots. Just Mask of Madness, Hand of Midas. That's about as squishy as the Luna as you'll ever see.
This build really counts on your team not getting caught. If your team is dying, then the build can be punished with just constant aggression in the mid game.
Straight into the Roche pit.
Well, do they want to stop for the Ancients here? They're thinking about it. Yeah, looks like they might go for the Ancient stack first. This is a lot of gold for Silent, and taking the tier 2 mid pretty much secures the Ancients. Don't see EG contesting this.
So much money. So much money. Silent's going to have his BKB. He already has it.
And then some.
Yeah, what in the world? That is ridiculous farm. 3-0 and 3 on him. Look at this gold graph after that T2 plus 2 picks. 3 gold. That's not even including the Ancient stack. That's probably not. That's definitely not including the Roshan that's about to come up.
Yeah, EG can go for trades. Maybe they just look to take a tier 1 and tier 2 top, but contesting into Roche when Envy's gone this build is out of the question.
Suicide.
I feel. Maybe with the BKB on TA they could fight, but they don't have the Puck Blink either. They at least need the Puck Blink and the TA BKB to take that fight. And meanwhile, Resolution will go towards the pit. BKB comes out for your Gyrocopter. So Silent ahead of Envy in terms of farm and combat ready, thanks in large part to these towers they've taken down. Well, EG looking for a trade here. They're going to orb in. Always Want to Fly has the Shadow Poison on him. They know he's in the area. He does have Epicenter, but they keep on canceling that Blink Dagger. The Roche is dropping low. And if EG don't get this trade, then this is a big win for Empire.
But if they push, they might get Epi burrowed.
Yeah, so that they're in a rough spot. Well, they seem like they want to push. They want this tower. This is a Blink Dagger. Here comes the Epi. Straight onto the Puck, and they knew he was there too. Phase shifts, but no. He'll glide too fast. PPD also going to get caught out. They're going to lose 2 heroes, and they give up the Roche. EG.
That's just...
You got to wonder.
You can't do that. Well, maybe Universe thinks that he won't go in for a solo epi, but if it defends his tower and gets a kill, actually, oh yeah, defends his tower and gets a kill. I was wondering who got the tower. It looked like it was the Knight on top, and RTZ took it down along with creeps on bottom, but it's not worth it to be in that position. Instead of just giving up a tower deny, he gives up a tower deny and a kill, and then a kill on a support.
And he doesn't have Blink yet. If he had Blink, maybe you can somewhat justify it, but this delays it. Their only team fight item again. Well, EG do have a really strong late game lineup. You can't deny that, but the mid game will belong to Empire with a BKB on the gyrocopter, the AoE team fights coming online, and now they suddenly almost have a Blink on Mag. And with they'll have to double Blink. By the way, Mag has been out leveled by Always Want to Fly. That is how hard he got shut down in the off lane. But nonetheless, they almost have the combination.
The punishment of double Midas, though. Empire is really good at doing that and forcing the issue, putting EG in a bad position, making the Midas heroes fight, or just going for unfavorable trades.
In good news, Envy will have his BKB soon, and now they've picked up the Blink Dagger, so EG just, in fact, oh wow, he's already got it. So they have really upgraded their team fight. Didn't upgrade his boots, just went straight into the BKB. He is still pretty squishy to right click.
No, he's very squishy. There's Flat Cannon, which hits everybody. You can't get out of that during your BKB.
There's a Necro 3 on this Invoker.
Necro 3, there's 4 Spirits, and there's with the Darkseer with the Illusions. That's a lot of physical damage.
Universe will throw out his Zord mid. Should have shown his Blink by now. Let's see if they continue the push. They bring in the Sand King here too. Looks to be going for that Veil of Discord, and they're going to try and force a TP reaction. Reaching the high ground, Empire, sieging out EG's home turf. EG got to defend. It's too early to be giving up rags. We'll start with the disruption here. Keep your eyes on Universe. He'll be the initiator here for EG. Can he find a good opening? Arteezy BKB, Envy is BKB. Arteezy probably the one you want going in before the Luna. The Luna should be more in cleanup duty, but they've already lost the tower.
That's almost a free tower.
Blink, coil initiation. They just destroy the gyrocopter. He melts to the 5 Shadow Poison stack. He didn't expect that much damage coming in. Didn't BKB in time, and they've just been ambushed with no gyro. They can't fight. They're going to lose 4, and that's an Aegis down 2. Can he get out? Can he BKB? No. He's just toast. Wowza.
Wowza indeed.
So I believe they had 5 Shadow Poison stacks on the gyro, and then they just blinked, silenced, coiled, and popped the poison before he BKB'd, and he just melted.
It's like 1,000-ish damage with the 5-stack Shadow Poison.
PPD, the secret savior of this team. Oh, no, sorry, not PPD this time. It is Zai. But nonetheless, the Shadow Poison doing work. Shadow Demon's been a big hero for them. When they had that ultra-close base race game with Alliance, it was Shadow Demon who made a lot of late-game plays for EG as well.
Yeah, you can't underestimate Shadow Poison damage. It's fairly easy to dodge, and you just got to watch your stack. It's like sticky napalm. Don't let it get up too high.
Well, the game has turned a bit on the back of that fight. They did take it down to Tier 3, which is a pretty decent take, but not for the price that Empire paid. They gave up a lot for that.
They gave up, what, 4 kills and an Aegis?
Yeah, it's not worth it. But it is.
Why they always put the Aegis on Resolution, and I don't think he's the most important hero of this game.
You think it should be on Silent?
Well, there's no good way to catch Invoker out, right?
He'll be a lot farther back. He just sends the Necros in and the Fort Spirits.
And
so
he's tanky. He has 1,600 HP. I guess in theory, there's not really a good gyrocopter shouldn't die too. It's with Grave and heal.
A level 1 Grave though. Well, they'll find PPD here. The Crystal Maiden's off on her own, doing a bit of warding. Nice pick for Empire, but not the most important hero. Arteezy will push through the mid lane, Envy through the top, popping the Mask of Madness just to arrive at the wave quicker. But that death will lead to a lost tower, and I think they can go back and defend if they want.
Well, they can swing mid if they want to, but it is pretty risky without the Aegis.
Will Universe go for some TP cancels? He seems like he wants to. Sitting kind of far back. He's going to coil now, and they're trading for towers on the back of this nicely done by Universe. Mid lane's getting pushed in. Deafening Blast is there. Well, if he dies, it's not so worth it. He will fall. Now they don't have coil for the high ground defense. It was a cute play, but it could come back to haunt them. Can they just rotate mid and take racks?
They should.
Buyback from, but he doesn't have coil. And they didn't even take the tier 2 mid. Only the tier... Only the tier 2 top.
It's under attack.
Well, I love the decision to try and cancel his TPs.
Oh, Mag.
Just didn't work out.
He doesn't have Surge.
Universe. Oh, Mag. Going down to Arteezy. One more right auto attack will bring him down.
Wow, he just used Surge way too early, and he also could have blinked away from Tempo Assassin, but he just wasn't prepared.
Now they do force out the 10-second BKB here from Arteezy, so that's a nice win.
Well,
Butterfly's up. I like Butterfly a lot this game against Luna and TA. That is a ton of physical damage.
Silent is really strong right now. I think they need to take a fight within the next 5 minutes before
Roche?
with Roche, but before Luna and TA get really, really big. They've went relatively unpunished. I say, yeah, they lost a T3, but they haven't actually died that many times.
That's a big loss. This Darkseer has just really struggled this game. Mag does a Blink Dagger, Mech, as well as Plate Mail, so his farm's decent, but it comes on the back of 7 outer towers, which
MKB already up on Arteezy. He is just gunning for Gyrocopter, doing around 300 damage, over 300 damage with Refraction on.
What do Empire do when they go on the Gyro? All they really have is Grave. Well, they have some counter initiation
They have
as well.
physical damage of their own. I think they just focus right-click Arteezy.
Is it going to be quick enough?
Well, they have Weave, and if he doesn't BKB, he probably dies with Sand King stun into a Cold Snap into a Vacuum. And there's not really anyone else who can man up with him, so I think he's going to be kind of isolated out in front.
Meanwhile, Envy's going to pair up with them in the jungle, and Empire feeling a lot more conservative after the way that fight went. They are farming Ancients. They'll work towards the Satanic next on Silent, most likely.
Just need to wait for Roshan.
Yeah, their lineup does scale decently in the late game, but you don't want to let a Luna and a TA play this greedy get away with it.
If Empire gets one big Epi into Vacuum combo, though, they'll win the fight. Probably take 2 racks unless there's like 3 buybacks from EG. So
how many buybacks do they have? They have 1, 2 buybacks.
The risk reward is pretty good. They win one fight, they take a Rex. Whereas if they lose one fight, they might lose a little bit of map control. They might lose like some farm, but I think they should probably go for it. Empire's really good at executing these high ground pushes. Still waiting for Roshan, though. We'll see how long the respawn is in about 30 seconds.
So Empire are obviously waiting for the next Roche. Do EG contest this? Do they have to? Do they split push?
I think it's a really bad place for them to fight because Sand King can just hide. When you're pushing into EG, Sand King is usually revealed out unless he plays does some like sneaky stuff in the trees down here, but they're more likely than not going to push mid, and there's no good place for Sand King to fight. And Epi is a ton of damage.
Oh man, smoke party straight down the mid lane. Zai scouting with the poison, but not going to see anyone.
They know PPD's there.
Oh, now the smoke's been revealed. They'll find PPD. They'll lose the Crystal Maiden, but they've gone for more important here on Arteezy as well. He gets disrupted now. They do kill up the CM. Arteezy should be fine. A retreat out. They pop the Dazzle ultimate. PPD, I don't know how much they need
hero.
him.
Yeah.
Maybe it just secures Roche. No, it's still a minute and a half to go. Do they keep on going on this?
Well, if they didn't use Necrobook, I'd say so. Oh, they didn't. And they have BKB on Invoker. Why not? Get some damage on the range rack at least. It's already at half HP.
Well, what they've got to worry about here is taking or maybe a range Rex, but giving away 3-4 kills. That is not worth it, considering EG's late game and split push.
Well, Silent just has to use BKB.
Yeah, don't get caught. That'll be the key for him. Mag sitting back, waiting to counter initiate. Soto's always want to fly. The Dazzle Grave is still level 1, so not the best AoE. That makes it a little bit hard to get off. He'll deploy another Weave again. They'll keep on sieging. Roshan respawning in 1 minute. A lost fight here for either team. Potentially just turns the entire game, because then you're giving up the Aegis as well, most likely. They'll surge in, looking for the Burrow Strike. They do catch out PPD, but Universe Phase Shift dodges it. Now the Eclipse comes out from Envy, and Silence stands strong, but he needs some help here. They're not focusing Arteezy. Then they drop the wall. Envy dropping to the right clicks, and they've lost him. Now the Epicenter onto 2. Always want to fly. Might have just won them this fight. Zai backing off, trying to retreat out, gets defensively disrupted. That's not going to help him. Double buyback. But they bought back with what? Do they have enough cleanup? Do they have enough cleanup? Trying to chase, Lucent Beam. They'll bring down Resolution. Do they get more? They do get more. 2 heroes dead. It's probably going to be at least 3. Mag next on the list. Jukes in the trees. Runs back in. 3 for 4 with a double buyback.
Still pretty good fight for Empire, I'd say. Forcing out the important buyback on Luna, on TA. But look, they're heading straight to the Roche pit. I think that they need a buyback on Resolution if they want to contest this. He does have enough for it.
They have a double buyback. They have it on Resolution
I think
and
they're
on
going to
Meg.
give it up. It's too late. They have to go like right now.
They'll buy back now on the Invoker. He TP's in mid. He can send a Sunstrike in just to scout things out. It will reveal the Rosh. Can they prevent the Rosh is the real question. Resolution still has BKB. He has Necro 3, but the Rosh is just dropping too fast. Envy's, he's second guessing himself. If they back off now, they're giving this away. They're giving away the Aegis to Empire. Trap. They're just going to let it go. They just made this so easy for Empire to take. They probably would have had it anyway, but now they don't even have to really stretch for it.
Such an important buyback for Resolution, and thing is, Silent didn't have to buy back either. He doesn't have buyback money. Oh, actually, yes, he 987 reliable gold, buyback ready, 991, and he just bought another piece of a Satanic. Actually, is that a completed Satanic? Oh my goodness, this is the death push potentially.
Aegis is online. Who'd they give it to? To Resolution again.
Resolution just needs to be out in
But
front.
the difference is the last push, the gyro was pretty squishy. He's not so squishy anymore.
No.
Even though Artesia is MKB, he's still got a lot of HP and just pure armor.
And Shadow Wave heal too. I mean, that is not to be underrated. That thing owns.
It's a level 2 ultimate as well. It's still only a level 1 Grave, but the Dazzle hasn't been pressure much in these fights, and they picked up a Vlad's every little bit to break the back of EG and end the North Americans' hopes here. Can they do it? This young squad has come a long way.
Range Rex, 100% dead.
Yeah, they're not going to fight for that, but look at the backstab. Envy, always been scouted out. They had a ward here. They look for the back. They force out the BKB. Now how do they fight? Now how do they fight without a BKB on Envy? Oh, he wants to go in. He wants to do something, but this may have just cost them the mid-racks. If they fight, it's very, very risky.
He doesn't have buyback. They can kill him so easily.
That ward, this was a fantastic little ward and pretty risky play by Envy.
Yeah, super risky.
He's lucky he didn't die, honestly.
Yeah, he is.
Well, they'll go in now. Going to start sieging the base. Necro unit in the front lines. Silent Park behind it. Resolution's here as well with a BKB. They're feeling confident, and Empire will take a free lane of Rax.
But why stop there? Well, there's a couple reasons. Necro Book not up, but Luna's BKB not up is way more important. Actually, only 20 seconds left on the cooldown. It is only a 7-second BKB, but that should be enough time for them to do crippling damage to the T3, and no glyph up for
and
another
no buybacks.
minute.
No buybacks for EG either. Empire on the other side of the Aegis, and they are feeling confident to take this game. Silent, let's get frostbitten. Can EG hold the line? They're out of backup options. They're out of fallback locations. They've got to fight now. Universe does deploy a coil, but there's no real follow-up to this so far. Even if Resolution dies, he still has the buyback, and then the Epicenter comes in. They've done it again. Empire have found it again. Now they drive back Envy, and with BKBs here, the Eclipse doesn't do a thing. They might lose a few. The Puck's bought back, rejoin the fight. Is it going to be a no? Didn't buy back, just rejoin the fight from the backside. Now another Burrow Strike from Always Want to Fly, catching out a few, and Arteezy going hard on the gyro. Might be able to bring him down. They do bring him down. There's still an Aegis here. They've not taken the racks yet. EG, they've barely held on, but held on they have. Until now, until another Burrow. Oh no, not like this EG. No buyback here. If Arteezy falls, could be all they wrote. Well, Envy comes in. Resolution's brought him down. Arteezy's dead. Zai's in trouble. Envy could fall here as well. One more right click. Not enough damage. Yes, it is. He actually takes down to the Necro minion. Gets the kill. The Mana Burn was used there to secure it. Now on to Zai. 4 heroes falling. It's a team wipe. It might be a game. It looks to be it. Sunstrike into the well. They blow him up. Ultra kill for Resolution. And that's pretty much the end of the line for EG.
Resolution Invoker, boys. Better watch out. Is this better than Isis? I don't know. They're both very damn good.
It's definitely more important.
EG is out of the tournament.
What a performance by Empire. So well deserved. They played very weak on day number 1, but ever since then, they have been sensational. This team started at the worst possible position in the brackets, and they have now won 7 out of 8 playoff matches to advance into the grand finals. But guess who's waiting? It's a well-rested DK with a 1-game lead.
That is the true test for Empire, but finishing in the bottom 2 of group stage, ending up in the top 2 of the tournament, that is a very impressive run, as you stated. And Resolution, I would say MVP. his Invoker this series is just absolutely amazing. And he farms a lot, but he also makes big plays, huge plays.
I would maybe make a case for always want to fly as well on the Sand King, but yeah.
I think his Sand King is worth banning out in the second phase. Mirana's like nice and all, but Sand King is really the hero that sets it up. It almost immediately makes a team fight 4-on-5 in Empire's favor, and oftentimes you can't pop BKB before significant damage is taken. Eternal Envy had to pop his BKB because of a Sand King.
Yeah.
And then they can't defend the Rex because of that. And I mean, before that, they had to buy back twice due to a lot of stuff going on there, but Eternal Envy, Mask of Madness, it's not for every game. He got trucked.
He died to a single rocket barrage and like one right click from full HP.
I think it's a good build sometimes, but when they don't have physical damage and they can't take advantage of damaging you through BKB. But a Gyrocopter, an Invoker with Necro, wall is too much. They even did a very fantastic job of shutting down Mag, but everyone else really carried through on Empire, and Mag did too.
Where they caught up was when they got all those towers, because Mag was dirt poor, then they rotated bottom, they took the tower there, they took their safe lane tower, they took the tower mid, which was probably the biggest one, and all of a sudden, Mag had Mech, Blink Dagger, Plate Mail, and level 11, and that's really all he needed.
TA has seemed really ineffective in this tournament because it either seems like you go greedy and you get punished by just pushing, and if you go fighting items like BKB, you don't have any uptime and you can't farm for later because you didn't go greedy. So TA seems like a very dead pick according to the strategies that a lot of teams have been running, which is high pressure, taking down every T1 and T2 20 to 30 minutes.
EG did have a game plan of wanting to just stall the game out, but
they don't have the heroes to do so.
Yeah, there was a miscue from Universe as well when he jumped in bottom, but then he died trying to cancel TPs, and that hurt them quite a bit as well.
He orbed in.
I feel like they're drafted too much pressure on Universe as well.
Yeah, that's true. He died top before his Blink Dagger, and they saw the Sand King in there. On the bottom lane, he like orbed and then blinked, and then he has no escape. Or orbed and his blink was disabled, but
it was still a great run from EG and great practice for them heading towards the International, towards other big LAN tournaments in the June, the May-June season.
Do you think DK like shattered their morale though?
They didn't seem shattered to me. They seem maybe a little bit shakier, but I think Empire just stepped their game up hugely from the first few days.
So Empire versus DK.
Oh boy, DK have to be huge favorites in this match, as well as Empire play. They have a one-game advantage. They're rested. They've watched all the games, and they were just crushing in the group stage. They took care of business very easily.
Man, Empire, wow. Congratulations to Empire.
Top 2 finish. They'll make the CIS hometown crowd very happy. But guys, with that being said, the grand finals back in. We've got one more series. It's a best of 5 with a one-game advantage to Team DK from China and Team Empire from CIS, looking to turn things around. They'll start that series down 0-1. Can they bounce back and make it at least interesting? We'll find out. Grand finals coming up next. I'm LD, he's Merlini, joined by K-Pop, Tosis, and Cheever. We'll be back after a brief break for your grand finals. Stay tuned.